Yes.
In 5, 4, 3. I think we might be live. Sports fans, what's going on? Patrick over here at Ghost Picks ATS coming at you with an episode of Keep It Rolling with my guy Moff Dollars. Moff, we're testing it out. What's going on?
What's up, Pat? Everybody, thank you for joining us. We got our Masters 2022 Masters locks of the week. Trying to get them to you a little earlier than usual because it is a significant week. Give you guys time to mull it over. Maybe, Pat, we got a little promotion tonight. We're trying to get a little Masters pool going. Is this
Yes,
right?
absolutely. So at the end of this video, you'll be able to click down in the description. There will be a contest. Moff, tell them about it.
Yeah, I mean, so we got a little giveaway going on this week in honor of the Masters and honor of Keep It Rolling, getting started this year. Pretty much it's a Masters pool, free entry to everybody. The winner, there are a few stipulations. We're trying to get a little following going and spread the word a little bit, broaden our audience, and pretty much, yeah. I mean, there's tweets out there, but maybe we can link the tweet or whatever. Pretty much and subscribe to Ghost Picks Pat. This is where we post all our videos, right? So you can get the notifications every week. Retweet our, we need to get an Instagram post out. We got one on Twitter, but retweet, share our, contests, whatever, Masters pool, and pretty much you got to win. And 6 picks. It's like a tiered system. Like I said, free entry. There's no risk other than signing up for free office pools, whatever. And yeah, I mean, it's just something fun. Figure we do for the guys and the gals that are following us, trying to keep it rolling. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
so that's awesome. And it's a guaranteed winner. So whoever wins the contest, it's not like someone needs to be the closest or whatever. Like someone will be the winner. So
Yep.
And you can get as many people as you want. Like, comment, subscribe. It's the simple things. It's a simple contest. I put the description down in the comments over the side on the live video. It's if you go to that link in the comments. If you can't find the comments, well, after the video, we'll get you all set up. Moff, what is
Plus,
it?
like just a fat ass Masters pool would just be sick. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
um,
So all you're looking for is the best option, and we'll give you some advice, or you can go from scratch on your own. It doesn't matter here nor there. But you enter your pool. You like this. You subscribe to Ghost Fix Patrick on YouTube, and then Keep It Rolling 365 on Twitter, and I will have that in the bio. Nothing wrong with giveaways. Free stuff. It's a guaranteed winner. So someone will win.
everything we do is free. So I mean, come on, guys, like help
Someone's
us
getting
out.
a Masters
Somebody
tee.
out there. Somebody is getting a Masters T-shirt. Granted, we did talk about it will be a medium large XL. I'm sorry for our super small and super large. I used to be a big guy. We just keep it simple. We try to hit the broadest spectrum of our audience here, hopefully. But
So if the winner's extra
neither here nor
small, it
there.
might be a sleeping shirt. If they're extra, if they're on the chunk, if they're on the huskier side, it might be a cutoff tee.
You got a free Masters shirt. Give it to your sister, your brother, your uncle, your cousin. Whatever. It's free. We're trying to have some fun here, and we'd love you guys to join in on our pool this week. But nevertheless, Pat, you're tired.
No further ado, let's get straight on
hearing
into the
about it.
good stuff. Straight on into the good stuff. So I've got a list of things here that are going to be the most important points of conversation this week. Obviously, approach shot. This is a second shot golf course. They allow you to hit the driver pretty much wherever you want to, and as long as you have a good second shot, you're going to be all right. But it does help being further down the course. So off the tee, bombers, they get a huge advantage. Plenty of player quotes that will back that up. With the rain and weather down in Georgia right now, we're looking at even wetter, less rollout, so distance will be even more of a thing. With that being said, Moff and I are pretty much all over it, but we got it narrowed down, and we'll break it down here today and get our locks of the week. Moff, what are we starting with?
I mean, I think we kind of touched on who we brought him up last night, but I mean DJ, right? I mean, we're talking about bombers. I mean, I like the tag team of Brooks and DJ this week. You've got two guys who contend. I mean, they're two of the best players minus Tiger to perform in majors out there. And have they been in top tier form? No, but I mean, we've seen flashes from Brooks and Dustin the last few weeks, the last couple months, and we know they turn it into another gear for events like this. And so, yeah, I mean, I know we started on Dustin and DJ. I love them, or Dustin and Brooks. I love them both. Brooks obviously has the better odds if we're looking at stuff like that. But I mean, how you feeling? I know you wanted to say DJ for today.
Yeah, DJ is one of these guys. I had a little special nugget. Guys ranked inside like the top 30 in the world golf rankings. So it's not too many filters here. It's all you have to do. Guys that have played the Masters more than like 3 times. Guys that have had success in the past. Guys that are top 30 in the world. And guys that you add all those things together. And in years that they missed the cut, the following year they show out. At like a 75% clip, they hit in the top 20. At an even higher clip, they hit the top 10s. They win in certain
cases.
Guess
who both missed the cut last year?
So we've got a couple horses that missed the cut last year that are in decent form, and we look to target those guys in particular. A guy like Rory, who I think before we get into anything, actually, Moff, I want to talk about this, which is the most true thing. We can do as much handicapping, understanding, yada, 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 the Tiger effect.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess I can speak on that because I love JT. I think if you could be absolutely primed up to win a golf tournament, it would be JT right now. But Pat brought it up today. It was, early morning, and I hadn't even thought about it. Or no, I guess it was mid-afternoon when the pairings were released, right? And we both looked at it. So funny. We're looking at it at the same time, and I looked to see who Tiger's playing with, and Pat looks, I guess, probably looking at the same thing, but notices who's teeing off behind him and going to be following him, watching every shot, and that's his little brother JT. I think JT might be a little more. They're professional golfers, so I like to think he's going to be locked in for a major tournament, but I don't think, like a lot of guys out there, they're going to be able to help themselves, man. They grew up idolizing Tiger Woods like a lot of people did. They wanted to be like him. They wanted to dominate like him. And why would they not, especially JT, be intrigued with every single shot that you get to see from this guy playing from behind him, right?
Huge. Crowds, we saw the crowds at the practice rounds. They were lined up
for a Monday practice round.
These people are sick.
Sick. I would be there. I would be right there. But y'all see it, right? Y'all know we ain't no frauds. It's hard to see in the dark. That is Crouching Tiger from circa 2000. I've had that shit since I was 6 years old. It's
UNGT.
So, yeah, me exactly. And we're both exactly. That is, I couldn't have said it better. And that's unfortunately that's why we can't. I can't, especially everybody loves JT also. You see him and John Rahm, it's like
so that's just the unknown this week. That is the huge X factor.
Huge unknown.
People are going to talk about it, but you don't really know how people are going to react. In my opinion, one of my favorite golfers this week is Joaquin Niemann. I'm going to go ahead and sure enough, he is paired with Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is his guy. But Joaquin, he's Chilean. I think he's a cool customer. He won this year already. He's obviously the pressure is going to be a lot. He is the ultimate boom or bust guy for me. I'm going to take Joaquin Niemann to be the first round leader, playing alongside Tiger Woods. Could Tiger Woods is going to be rooting him on at that point. Joaquin is one of those guys. That's one of Tiger's. Tiger looks out for him as much as anybody. He's especially influencing the game of golf elsewhere. So Joaquin Niemann is paired with him, and that's tough for me. He was going to be my lock for a top 20 actually, but with that being said, there's no way I can guarantee a lock at a top 20. He's boom or bust. He could crumble under the pressure of playing with Tiger, or pressure. There's sayings about it, bust pipes or.
And what do we talk about? There's a clear cut and dry. Guys who play really well here, and guys that they there's only a handful of them if you look that consistently show up in the top 20, top 10. I mean,
And
Rory is one of those guys.
Example, one of those guys, Glockman, in the comments down here talking about what about Louis. So Louis is another one. He's matched up in the same pairing with Tiger, and while I'm cool, not worried about Louis at all. I like Louis. Louis is a cool customer. Cool. He knows he's an old vet. He's just kind of going to be there. I don't think the crowds and Tiger is going to be too big for Louis. Obviously, it's going to be it's present.
Love Louis.
It's going to be the biggest crowd of the year. But Louis should be all right. I feel like he'll coast right through it. At major tournaments, he's one of the best. So he's actually somebody I've actually looked forward for a lock of the week at a top 20. I think he's got some great odds. So Glockman, I'm glad you brought that up. We will be talking about him a little more later.
He does have good odds. What worries me with Louis is his iron play. Just having to be so surgical out here. I mean, distance is not an issue, and I think just his inconsistency in his iron play is maybe why you see the finishes that you see. He's always playing on the weekend. That is not an issue. But I mean, we've seen him break the top 20 one time in the last 5 years, and Louis just, I mean, maybe a cold start to this year, but he's just not as in form, I would say, as he was last year. I don't know, but I mean, that's the only thing that holds me back is just his iron play. I was just looking at it too. I love because I mean, you try to find these plus odds for the top 20s, and the guys that we like ain't getting no plus odds because they fucking know where they're gonna be on Sunday, right? Like, yep. So
and that's it. We're losing a little bit of value with odds this week as far as those guys that are like the top guys, because there's 130 in the field or whatever, 25 of them past champions, 20 of them amateur, so there's really only like a 70 guy field, which is the cream of the crop. So with that being said, some odds of these guys to finish top 20 are a little bit wanky. Like John Rahm to finish top 20, man, do I love it, but it's minus 220.
Who's got some good value for a top 20?
Who you got over there?
Captain America. America's most wanted, most hated. Patrick Reed. Stupid juice.
Since we're talking about that plus 240 range, I'll bring up a guy. I'll bat one up you. So somebody, if you're watching, I'm going to 100% Justin Rose, first round leader.
Oh.
But Justin Rose as well, top 20, he's in that range. I've got a stat on Justin Rose here. One of the best first round guys in all of golf. It's absolutely amazing. But there's also at FanDuel Sportsbook, there's a bet. It's a special one. You can actually Google or search Englishman, and it will come up. Englishman. Round 1, top Englishman, Justin Rose. It's plus 500. I'm a huge fan of that pick. Huge fan. But that's in that range, Moff. Justin Rose, you said Patrick Reed. I agree completely. He's more of a boomer bust go. I'd say Patty Reed, top 10 long shot, is definitely in play. So you talk about irons.
The only reason Pat Reed is he went to college at Augusta State.
Yeah.
And that model, you've been, last week you were big on Texas guys. The week before, look at what we did with Cam Smith down in Florida. I mean, who was up there? I mean, last week, if we could have honed in a couple of picks, I mean, we spat out some names, right? So, if there's anybody in this field who could be
the worst thing about Patty Reed, and as my numbers, he is second to last ball striking. So off the tee and approach, his irons. I mean, it's a nightmare. He fits everything, but dead last. It's crazy. So we'll work our way down that list.
Course, like the back of his.
What was that?
Keep it rolling. What are you going? What are you saying?
Keep it rolling. So I will go ahead and fire the one guy that we didn't mention at all yesterday that I think actually has some killer odds. There's a couple guys here that I think needed to be mentioned in the long shot conversation that we just did not bring up. Stuart Sink being number 1. Stuart Sink is a old guy who and this is the stuff we're looking for. Old guys here, they play great. They understand the course, and they need good irons. Stuart Sink is one of these guys. He's getting more tee to green and approach than like anybody on Masters holes. But that's here nor there. Stuart Sink has changed his game. He actually added a ton of distance onto his game. Stuart Sink ranks up there. And to place top 20, Moff, don't tell me what he is. Plus 600 at FanDuel Sportsbook to place top 20. Stuart Sink.
I mean,
come on.
I like that.
It's criminal.
That is super long. I've got a long one also. I mean, it's relatively long, but I don't feel like it's long. And I told you earlier, Webb Simpson. I am absolutely.
See, I'm not touching him. I'm done with people with any injuries. If they got anything going on,
he's still hurt. He's
only like one. That's the same thing as Hideki last week. Hideki was one tournament good. It was like, there's plenty of golfers out there. I'm not even looking at them one way or another. I'm not looking to fade them. I'm not looking to take them.
I know, but there's not golfers that play like this at Augusta, like Webb, that hit irons like Webb, that eagle per hole. It's not like Webb. Not like Webb. Very few. He doesn't have the distance, but he's got everything else. Absolutely everything.
At 70-1, I agree. I think he's a good long shot. And
plus 320 for the top 20.
We're on the long shot train. And while we're on the long shot train, I'm going to keep it on the long shot train. I said many moons ago that there's going to be one tournament that I'm going to call out this guy after fading him week in and week out. I think it might be Matthew Wolff's week for a long shot here. When I look at guys on bent grass putting, Matthew Wolff ranks up in there in the top 10, but that is here nor there. Though out of this field, Matthew Wolff is second to last in driving accuracy. His driver is all over the place. He's been playing these tough courses, and he can't control his driver. Every time he's hitting the ball, he's losing tons of strokes off the tee, and that is, if he's losing it off the tee, he's really screwed. But out here, Moff will tell you, there's no rough. Like, sure, you can get caught behind some trees, but there's so much room to hit it out here. Everything's fairway. It's the cream of the crop. It's the best.
And if you're in the woods, you got pine needles. You're not, it's not like you can't find these. You're not just going to flat out, unless you're dunking it into Rays Creek or some shit,
Exactly. And Wolff he's a head case. I wouldn't take anything else, anything crazy. But once again, when I look at odds, you look at odds of a guy to go crazy, and his ceiling is as high as anyone's. Obviously, his floor is as low as anyone's. But at plus 600 for a top 20, top 10, he's like a plus. He's something ridiculous for a top 10. But we've seen guys like Cameron Champ in the past who has 2 appearances here. Cameron Champ, where he's got a 19th and a 24th. Cameron Champ's a terrible golfer for the most part, but he bombs the ball, and every once in a while he gets on a little heater. So Matthew Wolff, top 20, little sprinkle. He's my wild card. And then plus 1,400. Those are the longest of shots. Stuart Sink, Matthew Wolff. But Moff, you know what we're here for. We're here for the locks of the week. I got some things to bounce off your head here. Tell me what you think. Guys to make the cut. Lee Westwood is minus 120. Cam Davis is minus 110. We can maybe throw him out. Cam Champ, the one I just mentioned him. He is even odds. Wolff is plus money, but
to make the cut?
Yeah.
Anybody else plus money?
Nothing too. I was seeing if any of those struck a fancy there. Nothing.
I mean, Cam Davis. I think Cam Davis makes the cut.
See, that's somebody there.
I'm trying to get.
If it wasn't his first go around, it would be a guaranteed. Now, debutante is what they call it because they're fancy as shit here. But debutantes, seem to struggle here, and that would be exactly what he is. Obviously, on par fives, he would have to take advantage of it. But if he was unable to do that, then he would truly get destroyed.
I mean, we're trying to find the value, so that's what I'm just trying to. I mean, there's no value on Brooks.
No, there's not. You got to find the odd. You got to find it. I think there's some good odds. Maybe my flirting with one of the locks of the week is actually one of these things. Just about every sports book has it the same, but they're group betting. And it gives you like a pair of 4 golfers who have all around similar odds. And so, in my opinion, one of the best plays, leaning toward one of my locks of the week, is actually in the Group D betting. And that is Hideki, Joaquin Niemann, Matthew Fitzpatrick, and Will Zalatoris. Moff, you could only pick out which one I like out of those 4.
Hideki? No, you don't like the back. I wish I felt better about Willie Z and Matt Fitz. Matt Fitz tears up them par fives. He's a freak. We haven't talked about our guy Pat Cantley. He's kind of just been chilling.
Who?
Cantley.
His approach game has been weak, porous. I'm looking to fade Cantley. The only thing that he missed the cut last year, so I don't really love the fade of him. But yeah, his approach game has not been the same.
I mean, it really gets tricky when I'm looking at the plus odds. The first plus odds for top 20 is Shane Lowry. Like, I like Sergio Garcia top 20 more than Shane Lowry. Don't tell me we'll be taking Sergio lock of the league. Surely not, right?
No.
Just check it.
We could go with Sergio. I love the Spaniards. Crafty. All right, so some numbers I got here. These are some guys that absolutely just pop off the charts. Vic Hovland, Moff. Has he played this course enough to know it? What did I say? He's played it.
I think twice, right?
He's in as good a form as anybody. And his third time around. I'll tell you, talk about narrowing it down. I think that's more so what it is this week. Narrowing it down more so than, picking them out.
If we're going to take somebody at those sort of odds, DJ or Rory, we can't take Victor Hovland and not. I mean, DJ or Rory is a better.
My lock of the week. I'm leaning to Rory McIlroy at plus 175 to finish top 10.
I like that. I honestly think this is the week that we have to do that for the value, because they're not going to just let you. No, they're not going to let you get by because it's too easy. I mean, you got an upper echelon of guys that will be. It's going to be a dogfight day, But who's got the big nuts?
At something that I think could legit be a lock of the week. We got multiple things that are positive for this guy here. It sounds crazy talk, but Padraig Harrington, my guy, fucking with Patty Harrington, the old man. He's pulling a little Stuart Sink. He's changing his game up. He's hitting the ball better than he has in 10 years. He's got the double morning.
He did start working with George Gankis, swing coach, same as Matt Wolff.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Padraig Harrington to make the cut, Moff, is plus 120.
He's a major champion.
Lucas Glover is also 120.
I like Lucas a lot more than fucking Patty. Oh, wait. Lucas Glover's plus 120 to make the cut? That's a lock. That's a lock. Unofficial. Y'all can lock that up.
So he hasn't played. Played here in a while. Last time he was here was 2020. Missed the cut, but he's in much better form.
Lucas, the no glove monster, the Lucas no glover.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, Tiger Woods to make the cut is -112. Like,
I don't want to seem crazy. I don't want to seem like a dig rider. He's fucking we're sitting here. There's no value at top 20. They got Tiger plus odds. Come on. I saw a shot tracer of his drives on the range today, dude. About fucking yimmied in my pants. I know everybody is.
Man, that's the most chump bet of all time.
Chump of time, though. That's the inner kid in me. I can't help it.
Tiger Woods to make the cut, -112. If that isn't just the bait of all bait, that's like the sportsman saying here. Do you want?
All right. I mean, we can pay. I'll be taking my own wagers with Tiger.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Looking at make the cut, miss the cut. I will be taking the favorite this week, Justin Thomas. I will be taking him to miss the cut at +620. Hear me out here. Justin Thomas is the softest sacker, great golfer that you'll ever see. He's the best, most talented golfer, but man, he is charming soft. You saw it in the match play. You see it all the time. Somebody heckles or something. JT's the first one to bitch or something. He's going to be trailing.
That ain't happening at the Masters.
He's going to be trailing Tiger. The crowd is going to be there to watch Tiger. The crowd's going to be following Tiger. I'm sure they'll see some Justin Thomas shots. But the same thing that Moff said earlier. Justin Thomas is right behind him. He's going to see almost every shot that Tiger's taking. He's going to hear the crowd for every shot. And that's for back.
Probably trying to match him, it's going to be like a mental thing. He's like, I got to go after this one. Tiger just went after it, like.
And that's people who are aggressive on this, who are overly aggressive on this course, get overly fucked. It's as simple as that. If Justin Thomas tries to do his best impersonation of Tiger, he will end up in that +600 to miss the cut, just solely off of where he is placed in this tournament. You see guys like last year. If you tell me, Cantley, Brooks, Rory, those guys are all +450 to miss the cut last year. There were 4 of them, 5 of them. Give me JT +600 for a little sprinkle.
That was a
weird
Masters, though.
Send me that one to your soft-ass grave. All right, locks. Lock it up. All right, it's that time. It is officially that time. It has struck the hour.
Are we going to take a top 10?
I don't know. I'm about to break out the Wedding Crashers background here. See if we can't get it going.
We didn't even bring up Gary.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about Gary.
Dog.
In our as we transition into lock it up.
Dog in form. Distance. No accuracy.
Beautiful.
Off the tee.
So Gary Rollin has been playing good golf. He's been placing top 20 while not being able to drive the ball. And now you're finally at a course where you are literally able to hit it wherever you want to, as long as it's just relatively.
That putting is dog shit, though.
But it's his putting is all right. It hasn't been too bad. No, Gary Woodland's been gaining strokes putting over the past He
has. And out of all the putting surfaces, bent is a favor.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I think I got him circled right. Every single category that I'm looking at here, whether it's approach shot over the last 12 rounds, 24 rounds.
Just doesn't play the best here.
Huh?
He just doesn't play the best here. Probably his putting.
He's up there in eagles. He's up there. his par 5 has actually had some room to grow, I think. But man,
I don't like skipping over Russell Henley. The dude's finished 15th and 11th here, and then he hasn't played the last 3 years.
Why hasn't he played the last 3 years?
Because he hasn't won, probably. He's not top 50.
Fair.
No major tournaments.
So what are we talking about? Russell Henley. Man, it's crazy that
Russell,
he's up there. If you look at those names at the top of the leaderboard, and then you see Russell Henley.
They scared of that man.
They're scared of that man.
It ain't for no reason. Zach Johnson won this fucking tournament. You don't need distance to win this golf tournament.
You can win it with.
It's absolutely possible to win this without being a bomber.
Absolutely.
Let's clarify this.
So
Is it common? No. Zach Johnson laid up on every par 5 and birdied every par 5 the year he won the Masters. Like, that's what you got to do. But it comes back to what's par 5 scoring average. Like, yeah, Eagles, per hole is nice, but also birdie or better percentage, par 5 scoring in general is just a big bumpy,
Huge bump.
And yeah, if we're looking for stuff, he just hasn't played the last few years. But there's good golfers that aren't playing in the Masters.
All right, well, let me counter you that one and raise you a golly. The whole Tiger thing is thrown all my. I've got a whole bunch of work set over here and like the timings and things.
It's the Tiger effect, baby.
Tony Finau.
Oh, Tony. Yeah.
He's got the same odds as Russell Henley, a little better actually. But Tony Finau.
Russell's in better form.
Is he though? Tony's coming off at 35th and the 29th in his past 2 tournaments. He ranked Finau ranks in the top 15 in approach over the last month, over the last 24 rounds, over the last 36 rounds. I've got he par 5 scoring. He's not too shabby.
There's Russell. Where's Tony? Tony's right above him. Tony. So you look at. Tony plays well here. So does Russell when he does play. But other than the WGC, at the Players and Arnold Palmer, Russell's right there, 13, and then he's top 20 both times that he's played the Masters. And he's, shout out PGA splits, but strokes gained, tee to green, like the past winners, 4 rounds, whatever, going into the Masters have been like off the charts. Strokes gained, tee to green, and Russell Henley's right there. With some of the big guys. He's at what? 1.1, and then you got Scotty Scheffler 1.2, John Rahm 1.4, Justin Thomas 1.4, Rory McIlroy 0.1, the same as Russell Henley. Now, granted, they're bombers. They hit that shit further, and they're I would say more elite, but I don't know. I've seen Russell Henley, like I said, I've seen Russell Henley's name up there, and he's not a household name, that's for damn sure, but he's playing well and he plays well here.
All right, so I really truly think it is the hardest week to.
It's hard to find value, I would say.
That's what I couldn't agree more.
I know who I like, but finding the value is a different beast.
Vegas knows who they like too. It's nuts. Talk about value. I like a guy like Harold Varner III. Par 5, par 3s.
Yeah, but fucking Harold Varner.
All right, so I got one for you. What do you think about? This is the simplest one here, I think, for you. I think for a lock of the week, I think it's pretty damn good. He's progressing this way. This is the best form he's been in. Shane Larry. Doesn't score well enough.
Not for a top 20. I just want to see those guys that do it. Like when I see Matt Fitz doing that shit, like I can close my eyes. If it wasn't Augusta this week, I could close my eyes and pick Matt Fitz. I don't know. I like to see that consistency. And I mean, Russell's shown some consistency, and he's one of the most consistent guys with good juice and a good history here. It's a tough one this week. I'm down to take some top 10 DJ lock though, or Rory. We just got to decide.
Russell's putting.
Because the only two people I feel good, the only two guys that I feel like good is Webb Simpson, fucking Patrick Reed. Well, shit, we hadn't even talked about Adam Scott. God damn, there's so many names.
Well, Russell, Henley, and Webb Simpson are on the bottom of the bent list. Very bottom. Not that it 100% matters, but always helps.
It doesn't matter. Webb Simpson finishes the top fucking 15 all the time. He just doesn't win.
All right, well, I think after everything that we said, I really truly think that Gary Woodland might be flirting with the best pick at the odds. Let me. Top 40. Actually, no, top 40 is not consistently everywhere. It's got to be top 10. All right, so if we're looking at those, we put everything together, Moff. It's got to be here. I got them. I'll rattle them all off. Par 5, eagles, approach shots, driving distance, 3-putt avoidance, birdie or better, recent form, on top of having some course knowledge. We put all those together.
Cam Smith to win the Masters.
Like, if Justin Rose could keep it together for a freaking round, for a freaking tournament, I think he comes out tomorrow. Justin Rose, first round leader. But all right,
top
Mom,
20.
What do you do we think Rory? Do we both agree with Rory? He's going for the career Grand Slam. I think if anything, if there's one guy who maybe the pressure gets taken off of a little bit, it might be Rory. Just thinking from like a mental standpoint, this has been his career Grand Slam. He's been looking to get it. He's coming off a miscut here. He's been in pretty damn good form. Takeaway last week at the Valero. I think you're getting him at a little better odds because he missed the cut last week. I really don't think he gives a damn. I think he was all about working his game. Little pressure off his back maybe with the Tiger thing. I think taking the Brooks Rory double top 10 Moff at plus 165, plus 175.
We like Brooks more than DJ?
Oh, I mean, that's what I meant, the Brooks DJ. Or the Rory
Brooks DJ top 10?
The Rory DJ.
Rory DJ. I'm down. I'm almost even down to throw like a chunk on Dustin top 20. $135 minus $135.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's like right on the cusp of where I.
Right.
I will say. I think we can do that.
Vegas knows it.
Huh?
Vegas knows it. They don't want people on that. They don't want people on, right?
Hey, tell me. You want to talk about? You want to talk about a little wanky? Tell me how Rory has better odds to finish top 20, but worse odds to finish top 10. Doesn't matter, but here nor there. I like both of those, Moff. I think a little smaller play. I think for the lock of the week, Moff, what do you say we lock up? If I'm correct, I think we're leaning toward the same one. Rory, DJ, horses, top 10.
I like it.
They're both plus 140, 160. Rory's 175. Both coming off miscuts here last year. Besides that, if you take out last year, they average a ridiculous number at this course, like an absurd, like 80% top 10s between the two. both coming off missed cuts. Last time Rory missed a cut, he came back to a 15th. He was actually leading in that tournament. And then DJ, last time he missed a cut here, came back and finished 6th the year after. So positive bounce back things we see from those guys. They both bomb the ball, hit the ball far enough, high enough, and both have won enough. The Tiger effect shouldn't be too much on them. They've played with Tiger before, whereas Justin Thomas, correct me if I'm wrong.
I would say JT. Dustin probably be the least phased between the two of them.
Who?
Dustin, between the two of them, I say would be the least phased playing with Tiger.
Yeah, he's still
because Rory, while JT is like Tiger's little brother, Rory was supposed to be the guy to replace Tiger, right? And that didn't work out because you can't replace that guy. But he tried, and I think he's matured. I think he's had his ups and downs like everybody does throughout their career. But he's definitely primed up. We've been watching him play some good golf. Looks like old Rory fucking bombing it off the tee. He hits it so high, so far, can land it soft on the greens. That's what DJ and these guys have in common. It's what all these guys. They just anybody who has a good chance here, they're gonna be hitting those towering shots that lands as soft as they can on these glass greens. But I like it. Rory, I don't think we've ever had top 10 locks.
No.
But it's cream of the crop week, and when it's best of the best, and you gotta pick and choose.
It is,
and I would say those guys are probably. I think everybody's kind of on everybody's on everybody, right? Everybody likes the best golfers in the world, but I'd say DJ and Rory are probably getting the most disrespect out of all those guys.
Couldn't agree more. They've got something to prove.
For sure.
So Moff and I will officially lock it up. DJ and Rory, lock it up. Top 10s. They're both 150. So book up. Let's roll, baby. Let's keep it rolling. Other plays that were mentioned throughout here, go back and listen through them. But some older guys that have some good value, if you've got some of these other books for like top 40s, or guys to miss the cut. One in particular, Kevin Kisner. Sorry, buddy, you might miss the cut this week. Short guys, short hitters. Christian Bazenhout's another one. Maybe a little bit to miss the cut. But these top 40s on some older fellers. Stuart Sink plus 170 to finish top 40.
Webb Simpson.
Webb Simpson to finish top 40 is actually not even that. He's even money.
Not bad. Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Ladies and gents.
That's a good one.
This guy is a historical, consistently good player here. And no, he's not in form, but not long. Pat, you said to me not long ago, a sharp pick is being able to go back to a guy. We were on Webb, right? And maybe the wrong week because the dude started out stupid fucking hot. Excuse me. I get excited when he's a local guy. He's a local North Carolina dude. I get hyped for my boy Webb, but he'll pop up on you, okay? And that's at top 40 at even odds.
He's got.
I'd say that's a good one.
I agree. I'm 100% cool with Webb Simpson as a top 40. As if you have FanDuel Sportsbook, that's even odds. That's a hammer play. That's a damn good pick in my opinion. Sure, he's a little banged up, but if you look at his past 12 rounds, he hasn't been the crispest. The match play was, but that's match play. Valspar, yeah. I think he's getting into form. Obviously, everyone has an idea. He's an older guy. He's a vet. Everyone wants to get in form for the Masters. So sure, Moff, I think you were going somewhere. You were trying to say something about being sharp, and you got a forecast. Anyone can tell you what happens in the past. To tell you what happens in the future, that's
true.
That's when the separates the best. Webb Simpson, top 40, definitely not a bad one there. I like that. I think he hangs on. He's one of the best in Eagles. Moff, I think number 3. He's a damn good putter, even though he's a little POA is his go-to, but he's still damn good on bent.
He hits
approach
it so
birdie or better.
his irons are so crisp, dude.
So very crisp. He hits it far enough. Doesn't hit it far, but hits it far enough.
He's dialed. He knows exactly how far he hits them bitches. You gotta know your distances. You gotta know how every aspect of your game, and that's why the older guys, the guys with more experience, and some of the best guys in the world are so successful here because they have good overall games and they know their limitations. They know the course. But I like it. We locked it up. This was a long one. It's tough. It's tough pickings out here.
It is very tough. I had a couple picks that I had written down, surefire, fit everything to a T, locks. Joaquin Niemann was number one out of all those. This dude hits every single thing on every single number that I have. Joaquin Niemann. Now, he hasn't played this course quite enough. Just one more time around. Maybe the year after it'll be Joaquin Niemann's time. But I'll be taking him to win. I'll be taking him for a top 10. I'll be taking him first-round leader along with Justin Rose. Joaquin Niemann's playing alongside Tiger Woods. It's certainly a boomer bust. It's a lot of pressure. Bust pipes, molds. What's that? What does that say? Pressure, bust pipes, fire, mold steel, bust pipes.
You trying to? Okay, I was gonna say we bring out Coach Causey quote here. What is it?
Come on, but
not on air. Not on air. We did disrespect. We didn't even talk about Jordan.
Who?
Jordan Spieth.
Who's that?
We didn't even talk about him.
We didn't talk about Jordan Spieth at all, and I couldn't be happier. This dude should have 17 green jackets, and yet he has one. He chokes year in, year out, but every year in, year out, he still has first place, second place, second place, second place, third place. I mean, it's ridiculous. And everyone is on his jock strap. He finished the last week 5 under with bogey-free round. I understand, but that's not my guy. If I just watching his pre-stroke routine, his pre-swing routine, it's about all I got to see. I can't take him or Keegan Bradley. But Moff,
no.
You can talk about him. That's your guy. Wrap it up, Moff, with a little bit of him and Tiger talk, and we'll get him out of here.
Who and who? Tiger and who?
I said get him on out of here.
All right, we can get you out of here. Well, y'all, I do appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Yeah, we can recap if you made it this far. We are and you didn't catch it at the beginning. Keep it rolling. Masters pool tournament / giveaway. Pat said he's gonna add some links here to the video so you guys can click. There is a if you follow us on Twitter, there's a whole post. It's easy. Just you sign up with a little pool. It's free, absolutely free. Winner of the pool will get a 2022 Masters t-shirt. We will have only a few sizes, but nevertheless, something fun, something to engage with you guys. We want to see your picks. I mean, obviously we're competitive people by nature. And so it's what would be better than having a big ass Masters pool, and we can do it in the future. I mean, have every major, whatever. It'd be something good to grow and just good fun. So
good fun.
Give us a follow. Yeah, good. We're here for good fun always. We like to keep it rolling, and have a lot of fun while we do it. So give us a follow. Keep it rolling. 365 on Instagram and Twitter. Try to be active on both, but we do have other obligations in the real world. So.
The pin post, keep on Twitter, keep it rolling 365. It's got it right there. It's all the details and everything. I'll also have it in the description of this video as well as in the comments. It'll just be a link to a golf pool. The rules are real simple. You just got to follow, subscribe to Ghost Fitzpatrick, follow the Keep It Rolling Twitter. Make your thing. It's free, and winner gets a t-shirt. So it's fun.
And you don't have to take our picks. Jesus. I mean,
fade us. Shoot.
Fade the fuck out of us. I don't care.
Good luck.
We're giving this info for free. We're just Robin Hood out here. We just take from the greedy, give to the needy. Is that what it's saying?
Couldn't agree more. We're out of here.
All right. Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
Keep it rolling. Masters week.